We've all heard of the Billy Elliot story, of course, the boy who loves to dance. Well, we now have one of our own here in Ireland.
We do indeed, and with us this morning to talk about his love for dancing and his recent acceptance into London's prestigious Central School of Ballet is 15-year-old Christopher Furlong and his teacher, Stephen Brennan. Good morning to you both. Morning. Christopher, congratulations.
Thanks very much.
This must be a dream come true. I mean, when we say prestigious, we're not using that word lightly. This is the place where people want to go if ballet is their world.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the hardest schools to get into. It's one of the top schools to go to in the world, so very lucky.
And did you think you had a chance? Did you think you had a shot, honestly?
I did at first, but then when I went to the auditions and I saw how high the standard was, I was like, oh God, I can't. I'm not good enough. But then, yeah, I got the letter to say that I got in, so.
And who did you go over with?
Parents travelled over.
And of course, are they over the moon for you?
Delighted. They're so proud of me, so.
OK, let's go back a little bit, because everyone's wondering, Offaly, lovely bloke, not known for its ballet, Offaly.
No, not at all.
So how did you start?
Well, I was doing ballroom and Latin when I started when I was around 7. So I was like a champion in ballroom as well, so I was always kind of dancing. I always loved to dance. So then ballet classes started when I was probably around 11 at the time. So my sister joined, and when they were putting on a show, they needed a boy to dance, and the dance teacher, Sharon Wilson, she only knew me, who danced like in Offaly, so she asked me if I'd like to do it, and I said yeah.
So you were the only boy?
Yeah.
Did you get any slagging?
I did.
Did you get much?
Not much, like no physical bullying or anything, like just
You're a big lad, so it's a bit hard to push you around the place.
Yeah.
And fit, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so that's how it really started.
And at that age, did you think, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Yeah, I knew straight away. Yeah.
Stephen, we'll bring you in here. I would have thought that promising young male ballet dancers in this country are about as rare as hen's teeth. So when you do come across one with real potential, they probably stand out.
We grab hold of them and we do all we can for them. I mean, Sharon's teacher invited me down about 3 years ago. Chris's teacher, Sharon, invited me about 3 years ago to have a look at Chris and ask what should we do next, you know.
And did you see it then?
Yes. Absolutely.
What is it that you saw?
Yeah.
It's coordination, musicality. Most of all in Chris, I saw like this will, this commitment. Like you need the perseverance. You need to stick with it. I mean, ballet's not for the faint-hearted. It takes a lot of work, and that's what I saw in Chris. This commitment.
We're actually looking at some shots there. I mean, that's an extraordinary shot, but also you see in his movement, he has the grace and the elegance as well. It's not just about physically being able to do it. It's not about coordination. It's also
expression.
The artistic expression,
how
isn't
you do it. How you do it is important. So you've got to jump as high as possible, run as fast as possible, but still make it look.
But you can't teach that either. That has to be in there, and then people like you refine it.
A sense of style, a sense of proportion, a sense of...
So either he has that or he doesn't.
Or
if he doesn't have it, then he doesn't.
Dancers are born, to be honest.
Monica Loughlin, I was just mentioning before we came on here, we've interviewed Monica on a couple of occasions, and she outlined some of the regime that she had to go through with her. And professional athletes wouldn't go through it. It is physically brutal, isn't it?
It's very trying, but it's kind of like it's a training which makes the muscles strong and makes the muscles long, so the flexibility is just as important as the strength. It's a daily regime. You do it every day, all day for 10 years, you know, to make a dancer.
All day for the rest of your life.
Well, all day for the rest of your life. It's like tuning up a mobile... plugging a mobile in. You know, you have to plug it in every day and top up the batteries to keep that level of fitness. You know.
So, Christopher, how many hours a day do you spend practicing?
Oh, the ballet classes in the college started at 10 and we didn't get out until like 6 o'clock in the evening, so
ballet
it was an odd thing.
All day long?
Not just ballet, there was contemporary and jazz and singing and tap, so...
You've also got to finish your education, of course, don't you? You have to do...
Yeah, I picked 2 subjects to do for my A-levels over there. I picked English and French, so you're going to do them every evening. So after all your dancing and stuff, then... What's
that transition going to be like coming from the Irish education system to the English one? Because it's quite different at that level, isn't it?
It is. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but...
You don't care, you're just there for the ballet.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think he's going to be in a better place because rather than taking the leaving cert and having to spread it out over all, he can focus on a couple of subjects. And then third year at Central will give him the equivalent of a degree. So he's going to have a degree at the age of 19 anyway. So if the legs drop off or if anything goes horribly wrong, he's got the degree. but he's also got the training as a dancer.
How many other people will be there in the class with you? I mean, you're just one of many very, very talented young boys and young girls.
Yeah, they only pick 15 boys and 15 girls for each year, so...
And what were the other ones like? You said you were very impressed by the standard.
Yeah, it's the standard of boys. I only saw the boys, you see, so the standard was so high. So it's going to be very tough.
And was
like,
it nice to be hanging out with a whole load of guys who were doing ballet? Because obviously you're not doing that over here.
Yeah, well, when I joined the college, there was... How many lads?
There was 7 or 8 of them doing it.
In the class, and that was my first time to kind of be in with so many lads in the dance class. So it was so good, and it was like such a good experience as well, because I never had that before. And I could really relate to the other guys, so...
You weren't the sole boy in the class anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to rain on anybody's parade here. And as the saying goes, those who the gods wish to damn, they call promising. We're celebrating your potential, and we wish you all the very best with it. But Stephen, realistically, what is the attrition rate from somebody who actually shows this kind of potential to eventually actually making it to being a professional dancer?
With Chris's commitment, I'd say, you know, you can't predict what's going to happen, but I'd say he's really within spitting distance of being a professional dancer. The commitment, the tenacity is the most important thing. It doesn't matter how talented you are physically, it's that commitment. And I think, you know, he's going into London at age 16. He's going to be in a new world, all the distractions, but that single-mindedness is what's going to get him there in the end. And I think
so as a teacher, how often does somebody like Chris come along in a teacher's career?
Once every 3 years, at the moment, for me. I mean, we had one boy 3 years ago, Dermot, who we sent off to Central School as well, and he's now back with us in Ballet Island, working in the company, so that's a great story there, you know.
And Chris, tell me, how do your mum and dad feel about you heading off to London at the age of... at the very tender age? Well, I know you'd be thrilled because it's a dream come true for you, but are mum and dad not kind of going, oh, jeez?
They are, but they know that they have to let me go. Like, they're very nervous, but they know that this is what I want to do, and they're so supportive of me, so they know that they have to let me go.
Yeah, I think they were probably figuring another 5 years before they let you go, at the very minimum. Is it very daunting for you? Because, I mean, you know, London's a big place, and you'll be doing what you love, obviously, but, I mean, you're away from home properly for the first time at 15, 16. That's not easy. It's not easy in your head.
No, I don't think it's really hit me yet that I'm going to be living and defending for myself, so...
How did you find out, Chris? Did you get a call?
I got a letter in the post, and my letter actually got lost because I was waiting over the Easter break. And they said that they'd send out the letters first thing Monday morning, and I waited 2 weeks and no like word or anything, so I rang them, and they sent me another letter out and saying like they apologised like for the letter getting lost and stuff. So.
And the letter's now in a frame, I'd imagine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Chris, it's such a huge achievement. Only 15 boys, and how many must go for it, Stephen?
Thousands.
Thousands. So out of thousands, you are one of 15 to be chosen. We wish you all the best with it.
Thanks.
And come back to us when you're next Nureyev and you're hopping around.
Congratulations to you, but also to you as well, to Stephen, because, I mean, it's tough in the arts at the moment. And, I mean, I know they've lost sponsorship right across the board and all the rest of it, and I would imagine that ballet probably comes pretty far down the pecking order in terms of...
It does come down far down in the pecking order. We've really in a kind of a good place at the moment with Ballet in Ireland. I mean, Ballet Island started just over 10 years ago, and it's become a solid base, and we're talking with all the other ballet companies and the dancing schools, the college. We all work together so that somebody like Chris, you know, in Offaly, has a supportive network to bring him out.
Well, when kids see that can happen, then they're encouraged.
It's a profession you can do.
Thank you both very much indeed. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.